think this guy's becoming my favorite every time I see that.
I don't even know.
The guy on the video that just does these fucking weird things.
I've told you so many times that I hate when you start talking about the video.
Well, I do. I'm seeing it.
I know, but I mean, you mention it every single show, and every single time these people are like, we've never seen the video because we don't give a fuck about your YouTube, you ugly cunts.
We're on YouTube.
Oogly. I said oogly instead of ugly.
Yeah, I've never swum there.
But oogly.
And you know what? We're not going there with the swim thing. Fuck that.
Yeah, we should go there, but we'll hold off on it a little bit, I think. Anyways, we didn't join you last week because Chris was a fucking asshole. He was my asshole of the week last week, even though we didn't have a show. Chris was my asshole of the week.
And deservedly so. I'll take it.
He pushed it back, and he was moving, so I'm sure he has some shit to do. I get that. Moving's stressful. I'll give him a half excuse. My wife even's like, come on, give him a break. He was moving. I'm like, fuck that. Fuck him. Anyways, so I'm sitting in this. First, he moved the podcast back from Saturday to Sunday, which was fine. So Sunday, I'm sitting in this blistering hot fucking garage for like an hour. You know, I come out a half hour early, try to get some things ready, and then I'm waiting for him. And it's like 3:33 or something like that, and I text him, like, hey, man, where you at? Fucking douchebag forgot completely.
Because I woke up, it was Sunday, and we don't do Sundays. But I had a lot on my mind. I was moving the whole week. I had boxes everywhere, you know, unpacking, doing that shit. And it slipped my mind. I will take asshole of the week. I got it coming. I did it.
Yeah, I got it. But he was the asshole of the week. I rearranged my day that day too. Like I could have mowed the grass. I have all the shit I did.
Yeah, that would have happened.
Yeah, would have actually. I do mow the grass. That's a thing. It happens.
You mow the grass like once every month.
No, every 2 weeks.
Is it every 2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks. You know, people that mow the grass every week, sometimes if your yard gets a lot of sun, I can see it needing it. For the most part, you don't need to do that. Calm down. And it's not good for the grass. It's not good for the grass to be constantly keeping it all low and shit like that.
It is if you water it.
Who waters their yard? Have you seen the price of fucking water these days?
A lot of people water yards.
All right, well, since you keep on looking at her, let's go ahead and introduce the guest for the week.
We have a guest.
All right, we have a guest. And the guest is the normal guest. It's Whoopie.
The Queen of Blumpkin is back in the house.
Is back.
You know, I've been so quiet sitting here while you guys talk about water usage and wasting it on lawns, and then you keep looking at me.
I know. You know what's funny about it too is like
those are my hot topics.
It harkens back to the fact that he missed last week. Like it's all the same kind of thing.
It's unprofessional.
I've told him.
Fucking unprofessional.
I've told him like the last 3 or 4 guests. Hey man, we're gonna start off the show with just us, and then blah blah blah, and then we'll introduce the guests. And I want to like work on my introductions, but.
Well,
not good at it.
Here's the reason why you're a fuckface.
And every single time, even though the camera's there, he can see it up in the monitors and everything, just us two, he always either talks directly to the guest right away or just looks at him the whole time during the conversation.
All right, well, let me, I can make a fuckface out of you right away.
Let's go!
Here's why you're a fuckface.
All right.
Go.
This podcast started with him saying, I hate when you talk about the video because nobody watches it. Nobody was watching me looking at her either.
True.
You can stop right there.
I'll give you half of that.
No, give me half. Give me all of it.
No,
you said nobody gives a fuck about YouTube. Nobody watches it. Nobody fucking does shit. So nobody would have seen me looking at her.
No one's acknowledging how good I was doing at being quiet.
You did great. You did great.
See, that's not one of my strong suits.
Let's go back to
she gets it.
Okay. Nobody was seeing me looking at her.
Half point. Because but that's today. That's today, right?
Right.
Well, last week, you were right away, hey, Ryan, what do you think about that? You know, it was something like that. I think the week before was the same thing with Nathan. So, I mean, okay.
God almighty can't keep Ryan quiet.
That is true. But he was doing an all right job at that point. I think he was just giggling or doing whatever he does. He was extra high, I think, on the Percocets that week. So, you know, he was a little bit more quiet than normal. Either way, yeah, you suck. What's going on, Whoop?
Hey, hi guys. Oh man, I'm with you every 2 weeks. I'm still on the lawns because I recently had a very bad experience with a guy we went to high school with, who I hired to mow my lawn, and he took my $40 and he never mowed my fucking lawn.
Who's this?
You know.
No. Who's this?
He was on the wrestling team.
That don't mean shit to me. One
Jason
of the Ammermans?
Sayers.
No, I don't know who that is.
Hey,
Jason
in my
Sayers
class.
out there in Claremont County.
Give
Go
me my
$40.
I think he got the fucking signals crossed. I think you said, "Hey, I'll give you $40 to come over and mow my lawn."
I think as Amelia asked on my pro-choice posts and didn't
Well, he never
it.
showed up for the fuck either. So either way, the $40 is owed.
He did make a funny Facebook post recently, and he said,
"Look at this cunt's $40."
No, but it made me giggle.
That would have been funny.
He said, "I'm not much, but I fuck like the government," and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you a point on that.
That sounds like some Chris Beard, rest in peace kind of thing.
That's some Amelia shit, for sure.
I remember
Chris Beard, the guy who fucking
funny.
shot Jack Daniels in his veins.
No, he's still alive. Chris Beard is Ryan's cousin who passed away maybe like 2 years ago, a year ago, or something
did
like
he?
that. And I remember at the wedding, Ryan and Jen's wedding, I remember him talking to you and telling you how good he fucks. And it was one of the only memories I have from that wedding. But I do remember that, and it cracked me up. He was just like, "Come on, Whoopi, I fuck good."
He was
Like
trying
while we were all sitting at the table together?
No, while we were
I don't
outside on
remember that.
the veranda.
We were trying to get the balloons lit.
I know, I don't know what veranda means. I hope I used it properly.
You did. You
don't know.
absolutely did.
I'm not sure about that.
I
thought a veranda was a wraparound porch.
Well,
Well, that's what they were outside on, right? You were
Oh, we were
outside
out on porch. I don't know if it wrapped. I didn't pay
was-
much attention. It was
Yeah.
a government building.
Sure.
It was a weird place for a wedding, honestly.
It's
Especially
a beautiful
for
venue.
especially for
for
an
love.
acres wedding.
I'm giving you a
You know what I
point
mean?
on that.
Huh?
I'm giving you a point on
I get a
veranda.
point?
That's a good word for you.
Oh, thank you. So I get some back, and let's address
Swum.
Swum.
Swim.
All right. According to Whoopi, who I think,
Whoopi's a scholar.
well, I don't think she's a
Whoopi's
scholar,
a nerd.
but I think she's smarter than you and Nathan. I think Nathan has you beat on math. But
Oh, I'm not good at
hold
that.
on a second. She's smarter than me, and the reason you think that I'm not smart is
because she looked this up and she was right, and you were
I
wrong.
checked
she looked it
myself
up
and
on
was
Google.
correct.
You're telling me everything on the internet is accurate?
No, not
She
everything,
went to
but a lot
Urban
of it.
Dictionary for the word
She
swum.
didn't look
I'm
at
a college degree, motherfucker.
I went to
Oh,
college
dude.
for 4.5 years.
But
But
they-
selling insurance.
but didn't get a degree.
I paid plenty
You
for
dummy.
it.
The piece of paper is not what counts
You
here.
dummy. I went to college for a long time too, but I don't ever say I'm a college
Yeah,
educated
but you
man.
went to
I have
Papa John's
tens
U.
of thousands of dollars of debt that say I am correct.
You know what? I never had
And
any.
I checked Google to be sure.
I did the Cincinnati College circle.
Jason's been
like
to every college in
Cincinnati
Cincinnati.
State, Mount St. Joe's.
He's
you went to
out
all of them.
burning bridges
Knocked them-
left and right.
NKU, Cincinnati, UC.
Hey, honey, I'm going back to school. I know that none of those 400 hours I took before
That's how you
transfer, but
That's exactly what happened.
That's how you stop them
That's what
coming
happened
after
4
you for
times.
money.
I became a sophomore like 4 times.
If you keep going back to school, they don't try to collect the loans because you're a current student. So
I don't
mean,
know.
it's
Hey,
kinda
Biden,
genius.
forgive me. I was high.
you buy yourself 6 months at a time because
6
they start
months?
collecting. They start collecting your student
They
loans
don't
6 months after you
collect.
graduate.
They don't collect.
I've never paid a dollar. I've
know
never
what?
paid a dollar.
I paid
I
some.
have owed them since I was 18 or since I was 19.
But there's
I
ways
guess.
you can do that,
Since
right?
1999, I have not paid $1 towards my student loans. Now, granted, they've gone up from like 10,000 to like 20,000, but yeah, I haven't
But
paid anything.
there's like programs you can do, right, to defer even longer.
I don't know. I
You
plan
can
on dying.
defer,
That-
but it's
when
not
people ask me
good.
my student loan plans, I just say dying.
It quadruples.
I don't plan on ever paying them.
your
I'm going to die and then
interest.
fuck
It's
them.
fucked.
Or Biden's going to hook me up.
He's gonna give us $10,000, and I
He
can't
ain't
wipe
gonna do
my ass
shit.
with
He ain't gonna do
$10,000.
shit because he sucks and he's old and I
We
hate
have
him.
to keep voting Democrat so
Stop
we
it.
can get our
Stop it.
choices and our.
Stop
Yeah,
it.
because
Stop it. It's the Democrats'
I
fault.
know.
All right.
the
It's
Democrats in
disgusting.
office right now have done a lot.
let's
against
talk
them.
to
We
baby-
never made these changes when we had the House, the Senate, and the presidency. In the last 50
Yes.
years, we haven't codified
Yes.
Roe. And now you hear these people saying, well, you just got to vote Democrat this fall so we can keep the
It's
House.
so
And
annoying.
The
They're not going to
Democrats are
fucking do
the
anything
Democrats
with
are
it.
as crazy
I've
as the
been
fucking
telling-
not have
noodles.
Republicans.
I've been telling you this for years, and you've been on the
I
like,
have always. I have never.
bullshit. You became a company man for the Democrats for a little while.
I was not. I like Elizabeth Warren always.
She sucks.
She was great.
I liked her.
I liked her until she threw her hat in for president. Then she went
She was
nuts.
not good at that.
I
she
liked
was.
I liked her until she became a politician. Like she did better work outside of politics than she did
The
inside
Consumer
of politics.
Financial Protection
As
Bureau
as
was
soon
genius.
as she got into politics, she just became another fucking shill, and that's what bothers me. A lot of them are that
No,
way.
she just kept telling that story about her daddy, and people have fucking
Yeah.
heard it, Liz.
Whatever, you fake.
She
Navajo.
doesn't know how to talk to poor white men.
And then and another one
She's
that bothers me
condescending.
is Miss Ginsburg, that everybody thinks is this fucking feminist hero. All right,
Ginsburg?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Oh.
Ruth Bader. Yes,
She fucked us when she didn't retire
exactly.
when a Democrat
she
was
fucked
president.
us. She fucked us. she
It's
should have.
her fault.
It's her fault and it's Obama's fault.
Now,
I mean, I love her.
Hold on a second.
things.
It's my understanding that when this vote went through, it was a real close vote. I don't know exactly know what the numbers.
It's 5-4.
It was 5-4.
Yeah.
And that new one,
Amy Coney
Katani
Barrett.
Jackson,
Oh.
wasn't in yet, right?
No.
So
No,
she
no,
didn't
she
get a
wasn't
vote.
in there. And
But
she's,
that's
and she's
replacing a liberal
She was
with a
in there like
liberal.
2 weeks later.
She was replacing a vote that would have already been there.
Right.
So she would have already. She's replacing a no vote.
Oh, you're right. She was.
Yeah, so,
She doesn't
so it
the
wouldn't have
Myers.
mattered.
She
Yeah, it wouldn't have
replaced
mattered.
Myers, yeah.
No, the problem was is Ruth Bader Ginsburg should have retired. She already had like some like
100
3 different
heart
kinds
attacks.
of cancers. Yeah, she should have retired during Obama's first term. At that
So
point,
he could have
at that point,
replaced her.
the Democrats had the Senate and the House. They could have put anything fucking through without a fight. They put their Supreme Court justices in. Like,
That's
and
not
then she
true.
thought she could go. What do you mean?
Merrick Garland.
That was at the end. That was.
But I think
that was the second term.
I
they
think
didn't have
that
control
2
at that
days
point.
into Obama's first term, Mitch McConnell would have blocked any nominee for any reason the whole time
he
successfully.
He couldn't have the first 4 years. He didn't have it. He didn't have the numbers.
He didn't have the juice until the second.
There was the second term.
So she would have had to do it in
his first term. But she was already like 80. Like you have to look ahead of things like this.
She works out every day.
If you actually give a shit, about what you believe in, you look ahead and go, oh, this is the time I got to bow out so I can get someone that likes me.
Yeah, but
to get in there.
The only one thing
but you had to hold on for power.
She always seemed to be voting on the right side.
She was correct in every moment of her life, except for that
There
decision.
was a couple little things over the years, but for the most part, yeah, her record's decent. But either way, she should have bowed out at the right time. You selfishly stay in and think you're going to outlast, or you're just ignorant and you think the Democrats
it's a
are going to stay in
lifetime
power.
appointment and you can suck my dick.
Yeah, well, that's another bullshit thing,
fucking,
lifetime appointments.
A fucking indictment
when the lifetime was
couldn't
60
get Clarence Thomas out of there. We're stuck with that motherfucker forever.
And
he
his
ain't
wife.
never going
Because it's a lifetime appointment, yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
you just got to hope that he dies while a Democrat's in office. I mean, I'll give him credit there. That's the only time I want the Democrats in control. But even then, they don't do it the right way. I mean, Obama in that first section of his first 4 years, they could have wrote into law abortion. And then the Supreme Court wouldn't have fucking mattered anymore.
Well, there was, but back then there was nothing. Nobody ever thought Roe v. Wade would even be put on the table.
You know who thought
it?
Except for the last 30 years that they've been explicitly trying to do exactly that.
They had nothing.
By replacing
it couldn't
judges.
Get done. It couldn't get done.
This is a little heavy, isn't it?
But it could not get done. No, they all knew it couldn't get done.
It could get done because that's what the Republican Party has been trying to do since Reagan.
For 40 years they've been trying and haven't done it.
And as long as it's not a law, the Democrats can say, you better vote for us in the fall so we can keep these fucking
and that's exactly what they're doing.
At bay. We got to keep
them at bay.
And the most
fucked up part about it is,
it.
but I mean, let's keep it a little bit real. A constitutional right to have abortion. It was never written in the Constitution that way.
It was written out.
It was. But what I'm saying is, it was always designed. This kind of law was always designed to be in the hands of the state. It was always designed to be that way. But unfortunately, the people running the fucking states are crazier than the fucking people running the federal government. They're fucking insane.
Well, you need some federal laws. I mean, of course, the state makes most of the laws, but
some states are Alabama.
Yeah, like you can't. There's not going to be a state out there that just says, "Well, rape's cool in our state now." You know, the government would step in and go, "No, it's not."
If fuckfaces like Gene Schmidt, have their way, and get Ohio like Kentucky. I mean, right now
you getting their way.
Right now you can go to Indiana to get a safe abortion. Right now you can still go there.
Whoever thought we'd want to go to Indiana?
But let's not forget Mike Pence is from Indiana. Okay, there's other people like Mike.
Oh no, Indiana's pretty backward, but Indiana's still a red state, and it's just a matter of time before those kind of places, now that they have the freedom to go about and put these laws into place, are going to do it. There's all sorts of Republican state senators and shit going, but
let's talk about
get going,
let's talk about how cool. Now, I mean, we're not sitting here. None of us are sitting here saying abortion's a great thing. We're not doing that. Okay, that's not the way it works. But look at someone like Aftab Purival. Okay, I don't
nailed
it. I don't know shit about him. Name. I don't know shit about him really politically. But what I do know is he's saying, "Fuck the laws. I am going to take care of these women in Hamilton, in this fucking city."
Well, they don't have a choice. They got to say stuff like that. It's not about what they say; it's what they actually do, and we'll see. That's the way it works.
Now he doesn't have to worry about it
because
say it. The 6 to 8 week law is still going on here, and
you don't know you're pregnant in 6 weeks. It's so fucked.
That's the most fucked up thing. Is no one knows
I think most women find out in 3 to 4.
I don't think so.
You miss a period, they
have
usually get tested.
Have you ever seen the show I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant?
Well,
there is a considerable
that's all
amount
fat
of
girls.
People.
I think it's like 3 to 8. It'd be more, specific.
I agree. And every time that I had a baby,
Carmen didn't know she was pregnant with Anton until 3 months, and she's skinny as fuck. So I mean,
we all hate it. We all hate it. But what I'm saying is, I'm more scared of these fucking governors that just want to hang on to their fucking jobs. I think I think there's going to be more and more states going that way. I think you're going to have to fucking fly to L.A. to get an abortion in 10 years.
Yeah. Hey, any butt stuff going on?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I
got some butt stuff.
I have butt stuff. And what I want to do, I want to throw my asshole the weekend first because I want to get this kind of serious stuff out of the way.
Yeah, so do I. That's why I broke it. I mean, I like having a nice scream about abortion, but
I've got one.
Let's move on. Fuck you, government. Of the week.
All right, now, before either one of you start calling me names, and you will because that's what you do, let me get my whole point out.
It's fun.
It is fun. It's even fun getting it, to be honest with you.
I don't mind.
My asshole of the week is Vanessa Nygaard.
Nygaard?
Yeah.
Sounds racist.
No, see, that's where you were going to go. And I have a question for both of you, and you can
That's where
answer
I was
this.
going to go.
Vanessa Nygaard is the
know
head
this.
coach of the Phoenix Mercury that Brittany Griner plays for.
Yeah.
Okay. Her fucking insane quote that she made this week said, LeBron, if it were LeBron, he'd be out already. She then goes into using the black card, the female card,
They're both black.
and the gay card. No, she's white.
No, I mean LeBron.
Yeah. First of all, LeBron would never do anything stupid like going to a foreign country and smuggle drugs in.
That's not the point.
Not just a foreign country, Russia.
Yeah. Who we happen to be supplying Ukraine with weapons right now. But let me finish this.
No, just Russia,
Let me
regardless.
finish this. At what point, because I'm really tired of hearing it's because he's black,
I'm tired,
it's
John.
because she's gay, it's because she's a woman. How does every situation means you can throw a card out? If anything happens to a gay person, can you automatically just throw out that it's because they're gay?
Correct.
Okay, I hate that. And I hate the fucking people that do it. Anytime anything happens to a minority, it's because they're black. A lot of times it is, but it's not every time. Sometimes they're just fucked up people who do bad things.
Well, I mean, in this case...
Brittany Griner committed a crime in a foreign country.
Mm-hmm.
We do the same thing. If somebody comes in from a different country here and breaks the law, we put them in our jail because they've broken our fucking law. So why in the fucking world are we going to say it's the U.S.'s responsibility to get her out of there? Fuck you. You went to a foreign country. You went to Russia and smuggled drugs in. And now it's our obligation to fucking get you out of jail? Fuck you, bitch. You made your fucking bed. You lie in it. And you fucking cunt hole of a fucking coach of hers. It's because she's gay. It's because she's black. It's because she's a woman.
What
Fuck
is-
you 3 times.
It is most literally because she is a woman, because women NBA, like WNBA players, have to go abroad to make any kind of money.
Well, it's because women's basketball sucks. So
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking hear that. But
Yeah.
all right, here, let me address everything that you
That
just said.
doesn't mean that it's
Oh yeah,
not
her
true.
her $190,000 a year plus endorsements
It's not
isn't enough to
enough.
live on in her fucking castle.
You know what it is?
It's not enough.
It's called capitalism. They don't bring any fucking money in, so they don't get paid as much.
Look
Sorry
at the
about your
WNBA
fucking
game.
luck.
You can sit wherever you want. It's like
No
the
one's
Reds
gonna
right
pay
now.
to watch me play
I'm
basketball
not making
either.
a judgment on it. I'm saying that's why they have to go abroad.
Let me ask
I
you
don't
a
give a
question.
fuck about that. Here's the thing. Here's all this. For one thing, yeah, you're right. Like, none of this has to do with any of her status as a person or
Correct.
whatever category she wants to put herself in. It has to do with the fact she's in Russia, dude.
She's a
Because
stunner.
Russia don't give a fuck if you're a girl or you're a lesbian or you're whatever. You're just a person that has drugs.
Right.
And they're crazy.
That's my whole point.
And they will make an example because you're an American. Now she could go off and be an American. And like you
Especially
said,
right now.
LeBron would be in the same fucking situation.
Exactly.
You can't tell me he wasn't. The thing is LeBron wouldn't do that. Let's use a different example. Let's use what's his nuts that was balls deep into Kardashian for a while? Odom.
Lamar Odom.
Lamar Odom. If Lamar Odom went over to Russia, that's more of a comparison. You're talking about someone bringing drugs into a foreign country. Let's pick out an idiot that would do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not just a foreign country, Russia. You know what I mean? It's like if you want to bring drugs over to England, okay. If you want to bring drugs over to Iceland, some shit like that, whatever. But Russia?
Yeah.
You don't do anything in Russia.
But the whole point
I'd be
is no
scared
matter
to
what
fart
country
in the
you're
wrong
going to.
alley in Russia.
The whole point is if you're going to a foreign country, you are bound to obey their fucking laws.
To a certain extent, yes. Or
Not to a
deal with
certain
the
extent.
Well, or deal with the
Or
consequences.
deal with the consequences. The whole point is, there was a big thing the other day about this guy, Rick Whaley or Whelan or whatever, who's a white man who's in a Russian jail. We've never even tried to get him out. Fuck him. Okay, he's a white guy.
What do you do?
They accused him of being a spy. He was a U.S. Marine. They accused him of being a spy.
Russians take that kind of shit pretty seriously.
Well, but
Russia takes everything seriously.
whole thing-
That's their
And
fucking
that's your
the whole
problem.
thing saying, everyone's saying on his side, saying he's not a spy. He was just there. But the whole point is, I guarantee there's a lot of Americans in foreign jails all over the place. But because she's a gay, black WNBA player, it's our responsibility to get her out. Fuck you. You broke the fucking law.
All right, something just popped in my head, though. And this turns the whole argument around for me to a certain extent, even though I don't think this is what that lady's trying to say. But if you go deeper into it, maybe LeBron would be all out. Because in the end, Russia cares about money. And LeBron has the connections and has Nike behind him and shit like that because he brings in money. It's not just because he's a dude.
It's because of his money, not because he's LeBron James.
Not because of his money. Yes.
He's got LeBron
he
James
might actually
money.
be able to give the Russian government $200 million and get released.
But that wouldn't be the U.S. getting him out. That would be LeBron getting himself out.
No, agreed. I don't think that regardless of guy, girl, lesbian, straight, the U.S. government is going to be getting them out.
Right.
Unless it was like Obama's daughter or something. Like that's different. But
well, I mean, Putin and Biden aren't exactly best buddies here. Let's
no
talk
one's
about
best
this.
buddies with anybody. They're Russia. They don't like anybody.
But I mean, the whole point, the same thing goes if you committed a crime in fucking England or in France. You broke the fucking law where you are.
Yeah.
The fact that you're an American doesn't buy you special privilege of being able to break the law. Remember that kid that went to Malaysia? His fucking dad was a diplomat. He fucking spray painted all over some cars. He fucking vandalized them. So they fucking whipped him with a fucking cane.
Yeah.
And his dad's like, oh, no, we got
Singapore, I believe.
Singapore. They said, oh, we got to get him out of there. We got to get... Fuck you. You broke the law over there. Their law says if you were from Singapore and you fucking spray painted on a car, we're going to whip with this fucking cane. You did it too, and we're going to whip you with a cane.
Yeah, I mean, I feel sorry and don't feel sorry at the same time for her. I feel sorry because it's fucking ridiculous that's their laws. That she's in some crazy Russian jail because she had a couple fucking...
timing with what's going
some
on in
THC
Ukraine.
cartridges.
She might not have had this experience 5
I think she
years
would have.
ago.
I honestly think she would have. Russia's really weird about that shit. And being gay is illegal in Russia.
They need that leverage against us.
Some countries just don't tolerate drugs. There
That's
are
true.
a few.
I mean, I agree.
Russia doesn't tolerate gay.
I know.
And she is gay. Like, I would be afraid. If I was homosexual, I'd be afraid to go to Russia. Like, I would just knock that off. Like, all right, I can do without that 10,000. We'll figure it out somewhere else.
Take away the fact that, and I'm not one of these, but take away the fact that she pissed off all those fucking people.
Not one of these.
Well, I'm not one of those crazy fucking America. You stand for the national anthem, fucking blah, blah,
You
blah.
do listen to WW too much.
But what I'm saying is, she was the big thing over here. We shouldn't play the national anthem, fuck America, blah, blah, blah. So you got half of the Americans in this country already going, fuck you, we don't like you.
I never even took that into consideration because I did not know who she was until she got arrested in Russia. I do not give a fuck about the WNBA.
Right,
that is, I'm sorry, that's just fucking a boring sport. It's
But what
I'd
I'm
have the
saying
same
is-
feeling about a golfer if they told me some golfer.
Don't you find it a little bit, even if you disagree with it, don't you find it hypocritical that someone that basically said fuck America, fuck the national anthem, fuck this, is going, America, help me out, get me out of here. Fuck you.
Is she? I mean, her wife and family are.
Whatever. She paid her taxes.
Of
She has
course
the right.
she is.
She paid her taxes. She has the right to fucking protection from
Embassy
the country just as much as
services.
everyone.
But it's not protection. You broke a law in a foreign country.
Well, no,
we can't
I'm just-
protect you from that.
Fair enough there,
Defense.
but I'm just saying I don't think her opinion about the flag or the anthem has anything to do with that. I mean, this country is supposed to represent freedom.
Right.
And that includes the freedom to say, go fuck yourself, country. You know what I mean?
What do you think would happen if the
It should
president...
include the freedom to wipe my ass with the flag if I really want it to, because that's freedom. All right?
But America's the only fucking country who is fucking arrogant enough to say, hey, we're America, let our person out.
Well,
What do you think if the president of fucking Mexico, hey, you got Jose Gonzalez down there for bringing drugs in, we want him out.
You think those
President's gonna
conversations
say-
don't happen from
Well,
other
of course
world
they happen.
leaders?
But they get
most
laughed
of the time
out
they're
the
gonna
room.
say, fuck off. You're a joke.
Looks like that's what's happening to us.
and actually, probably
As it should. She
Mexico-
broke the law.
Mexico probably has the strongest case because their government and their drug cartels pretty much work hand in hand.
Yeah.
So they might throw the money over there at Russia and get them out. And that's all it comes down to. It's either
Hey,
Russia.
If you
or
throw
it's-
private money to get yourself out,
Yeah.
more power to you.
Yeah,
It's your
whatever.
fucking money.
But that's all it comes down to with Russia. It's either going to be money or just for them to prove a point.
Yeah.
So, and they're going to prove their point. The bitch is going to do some years, and there ain't shit you can do about it. And I'm sorry, it
Or
sucks.
tell us to fuck off in Ukraine.
But the reason
Quit
that she
giving
is
them
my
guns,
asshole
don't
of
let
the
your girl
week,
go.
She'll tell Ukraine
she's
to
my
fuck off
asshole
anyways.
of the week because what she's trying to do with this fucking thing is she's black, she's gay, she's a female. She's trying to get all these crazy fucking leftist liberals on her side to fucking do protests and all that stuff. Get her out, get her out, get her out. Fuck you.
You're not crazy.
She broke the fucking law.
You're not crazy to support any of that stuff. You're crazy to bite on that, though.
But she's trying to get him to bite on that.
I guess the kind of people that would bite on that are the crazies that you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I think she's the majority of left-leaning people are not going to be
But my whole point for that
really pouring our heart out for that one.
My whole point of that statement is, at what point do we quit throwing out the race card, the gay card,
Never.
the female
It
card?
works.
Those people have
It works, but
armies
it's
of
not validated.
advocates.
It's not validated all the time. Sometimes it is.
It don't matter.
When the cops shoot a black guy 60 fucking times, yeah, that's valid.
That was a weird one, man. I
Yeah,
still don't
stuff.
know how I feel about that one. I mean,
Well-
I know how I feel about it, but
Why was he wearing a mask?
Why you run out of the car with a ski mask?
You know what the experts
move.
are saying now? The experts are saying
Yeah.
about this kid, and it'll never fly. I wish he would have left a note saying this. The experts are saying it looks like he wanted suicide by cop. His girl had just left him. Apparently, he was having horrible depression.
Mm-hmm.
He had lost his girl. You know, he's out there. He fucking walks out on a bunch of cops wearing a fucking ski mask and reaches in his pocket or in his waistline, whatever.
Hey, I'd hate to think too much about that. Or put
Me too.
Put too
I
much on that one way or the other without knowing any truth to it. I mean, it was the whole thing was suspect on all sides.
All sides.
You know what I mean?
But the most obvious suspect side is, why do you shoot somebody 60 times?
And then handcuff him.
Handcuff
He
him.
didn't have a face.
He didn't have a head.
I think he wasn't alive.
No.
I think he's good. Just leave him laying there. Do we have to turn him around and handcuff
The
him?
whole point is they
The
say one
fuck?
cop fired himself 60 times. Probably 12 in the clip, so he reloaded 5 times.
There was no way. I watched that video. There's no way anyone
They say one guy shot 60
That
times.
sounded like there was 8 people shooting. And you've seen a shitload of cops there. There was
Yeah.
a bunch of them.
There was 8 cops here.
I don't know how one guy could have shot
No,
60
I don't think
times.
it was one guy.
That's what I read, but I could have read it in one of those fucking crazy news things.
There was one guy, what?
that
One cop?
shot 60 times.
It's impossible. I watched the video. It's literally 10 seconds.
Of shooting?
Yeah, you ain't loading 5 clips in 10 seconds.
So wait, but there was 90 shots.
Oh, it's
fired.
ridiculous. It sounds like an army. It sounds insane. Like you just hear.
The only part of the clip I saw is when he popped out of the car with a fucking mask on.
It sounded like you had about 8 cops all unload their clips. You know what I mean? And then you hear someone go, ceasefire! And then that's it.
Well, that would have made sense. If they all
Yeah.
unloaded their clips, 12 clips, you're talking 90-some bullets. So I guess that makes sense. Maybe I read this
Because it was
wrong.
a prolonged chase, and then he gets out and runs, and you see a shitload of cops running at him. I mean, the video is fucked up, and they try to point out a couple things in the video that I just don't see, but I'm not an expert. You know, like the shot that he fired at the cops.
The flash that
Yeah,
they
the flash.
saw. Yeah.
To me, it could have been the reflection off a light. You know what I mean? I couldn't tell that was a flash. Either way, there was no one close to him when they did that. And then the fact that he turned around, I guess, at him.
Yeah, because he took most of those 60
In the back.
in the front.
Oh, in the front?
In
Okay.
the front. Yeah, they said his face was fucking riddled
Yeah.
with bullets, his chest. My whole point is, if you're going to shoot somebody, I don't care if you're on fucking PCP, whatever you're on, you're going to fall after the second or third shot at the most, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So they
The
just kept dumping.
velocity of 90 more rounds.
Or the only thing that I'm
Oh,
thinking,
Lord.
the only thing I can even think, and I'm certainly not saying it's fact, is that literally they all at the exact same time.
That's what it sounds like. No, on the video, that's exactly what it sounds like. As someone goes, I don't know, one of the cops fire first. You hear like 2 shots, and then you hear like 100 shots. It's
Yeah.
like, whoa, Jesus Christ! Like you thought you were watching Save It Private Ryan or something. Like it was.
All right,
it was pretty
so
intense.
that makes more sense than that one guy saying, "Oh yeah, one cop fired 60 times." So obviously that's not true. But
No.
So literally, someone screamed gun, whatever. They all just went bang, bang, bang,
Yeah.
until it was done.
That's what it seemed like. It seems very excessive. You know, regardless of what that guy did or anything else, to shoot anyone that many times. It's
You
just
know what
like-
I'm going to do if
It was
I'm
like some cops that were just getting like boners. Like, oh, finally!
You know what I'm doing if I'm a cop in there and there's 8 of them and I know that the other 7 got their guns out, I'm not firing.
I'm not shooting anything.
And then when they collect everybody's guns to see who fired, this guy didn't.
this guy
Did not fire a shot.
I'm good.
I mean, it's certainly not funny. It's a fucking tragedy. I would just like to really know what the fuck happened here.
I would too, but I don't know. I just think that video, as much as I've seen, I didn't find it conclusive for either side to really make a point. They did a great job. You know what I mean? Like, so.
You know, I think the one thing that's good about this is, yeah, there's been protests and some of them have been a little bit.
And they did try to
pushing and
taser
shoving.
him. You see him try to taser him
Yeah.
first. So, I mean, they did take the non-lethal option first. I got to give him a
I'm
half
just
point for that.
glad that the mobs just didn't say, fuck it, we're going to start tearing shit down now. They're actually waiting to hear what happened to find out, hey, we're going to protest this. Let's find out what happened first.
Yeah.
And I think that's progress.
And I thought it was weird. I'd like to know the whole situation about the face tattoo guy up there in Chicago that shot a bunch of people, and they seemed to get him without shooting him 60 times.
The parade guy?
Huh? Yeah, the parade guy. Parade
Well-
guy. Little face tattoo. Hey, you know what made me mad about him the most? Not that he killed 6 people. That he had like over 1 million listens on Spotify. I don't got 1 million listens. What the fuck?
You know, I think
What, I
that-
got to shoot up a parade?
I think
What
the
the
reason
fuck's going on?
Gotta
I think
get
that
out
the
there.
reason
And this was
that-
before he shot up the parade. His numbers probably tripled.
it's my understanding about this guy that when he fired all the fucking, he was on a rooftop or something and he shot down at everybody. He killed all white people, so it wasn't a racial thing. I know he was, was some kind of rap or whatever, but he shot all white people.
No, it
But
wasn't a racial thing. Well, I don't know.
nobody really knows. He said he
Sounds
put
like
out
he
some
hates
kind
white
of.
people.
No, it sounds like he's just fucking crazy.
I don't know. He was a big Trumper, but Either way, I don't think it had anything. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think they've came out with any theory about why he did this outside of him just being crazy.
When they got him, he didn't have the guns on him anymore. So they didn't.
No, he had one of them on.
He still had one on him?
He had, when he got arrested, he had 2 rifles on him. One of them he left it. This is another thing. Like the guy dressed up like a woman and did all this stuff like so he wouldn't get caught. Well, then he shot a bunch of people and then left the gun that's registered in his name there, and then ran to his car and he had another with him. But either way, like all they had to do was look at the serial number, run it, and go, "Oh, this guy's the murderer." You know what I mean? Like, why waste your time dressing like you're fucking?
But I mean, the question
Janis
is,
Joplin if you're
going
to do that.
trying to get flagged online for a long time.
Well, he's done some shit. He's had, he had some things, and everybody flips out about Chicago.
Of his music
or Illinois. That's always the go-to for all the Republicans. Oh, look at Chicago, blah! And Illinois are supposed to have good laws. Well, obviously they don't. They're not working well, or they're not enforcing them well. Right. That's one or the other, because the state police visited him, they flagged him once, and since he didn't already own a gun, they don't put it in the system. Like, that don't make any sense to me.
You stop this guy from buying.
Yes. Like, if he already owned a gun, had thing, he would have been flagged and wouldn't have been able to get anything else and might have had his gun taken away. But since he had nothing, he had a bunch of knives, apparently, and then his dad ended up saying that was his knives. He just kept them in his son's closet for safekeeping. Yeah, exactly, sure. But whatever, the guy didn't kill people with knives. Right. But he should have been flagged, and that's the state fucking up their own stuff, in my opinion. Or either that, or the law just wasn't written well. That's another thing.
Written by the NRA.
A lot of
that's the problem.
People, all these gun nuts always flip about the laws, but the laws are so lenient. The gun owners, they barely take anything away from them. But if like the littlest things, like the most recent one, it was like you couldn't, if you abused your spouse, you can't get a gun for 5 years. And people are like, oh, they should have the freedom. Dude, they beat their wives. Yeah. 5 years is pretty nice. You know what I mean? He's probably still an asshole in 6 years. He probably shouldn't have a gun then. We're giving it to you in 5. Rights. And it's still fucking rights. Bring the boo to the boo.
They say that apparently what I think is the cops, this is just me thinking out loud, the cops, if they think for one split second that their life is on the line, they're fired.
Yeah.
I think with this kid, he didn't show any threat to them when they actually surrounded him.
Like the school shooter in Uvalde. He's not shooting at us, guys. He's shooting at these kids.
Well, yeah, but that's a different story.
Who could you say in Uvalde?
I think it's the same.
I never addressed that because I can't pronounce it, and I'm going to forget how it's pronounced in 2 seconds.
I think if they had more time to prepare for it, a police sniper looks on the roof and shoots that guy right between the fucking eyes.
That's movie shit.
That's what I think. No, that really happens.
I wish it did.
It didn't happen in Mexico.
I saw it happen.
They're at.
I saw it happen.
What are you, fucking at the scene of Die Hard?
No, I saw it in Arizona.
Were you the man on the hill or
the
grassy knoll?
When I was in college, there was a guy that robbed a bank.
Were you at the grassy knoll when that happened?
No.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't born then.
You know there are people like in Dallas waiting for JFK to come back to life.
What's that?
What?
Do you guys know that there's a bunch of people in Dallas right now waiting for JFK to come back to life?
No, I don't think they're there anymore.
The same people are sitting there waiting for Elvis.
They were there for months, and then they like had a second wave.
Yeah, they're crazy.
That Zapruder film, you saw his brain go flying out of his
It's part of a QAnon conspiracy
now. Shit.
And what's funny is
like a guy who looked like Kennedy.
He's going to come to life and support Donald Trump.
Yeah, first it was his son was going to come back. And they had this big thing that his son was going to show up and they were going to take back over or whatever. And now it's actually him. They're like waiting in Dallas for him to come back. Like, Kennedy's going to come back and support Trump. Like, they couldn't be two more different people.
No.
I mean, the only thing they have in common is womanizing. That's about it.
Most people say that he was killed by the Trump kind. You know what I mean? He was so fucking anti what they were thinking that his own government killed him. That's one of the conspiracies of Kennedy.
I thought the Trump kind. I thought you meant shitty landlords.
The fucking crazy Trump kind.
I'm sorry. I just
no, real quick story. When I was in college, there was a guy robbed a bank, and he thought he could get right out. And apparently they had a system that locked the doors from the inside. He couldn't get out. Mm-hmm. So, and this was downtown Tempe, Arizona. And we're all watching it on the fucking news. You know, it was a mile away. And this guy had hostages in there, and he would come to the window, and he would show them with a gun to his head, and they literally flew a guy in, some fucking guy that you don't know his name, whatever, flew this guy in with a helicopter, landed on a building down the street. This guy stepped out of the fucking chopper with a suitcase, assembled a rifle, pointed it, killed the guy, got back on the chopper, and was gone in 10 minutes.
Good for him.
Well, we all saw it on TV. We all saw him getting off. He had a mask on. He was one of those Secret Service or Special Forces guys. They didn't want you to know who he was. Wow. He wasn't on the ground 10 minutes. Shot this guy in the fucking head, and he was off. I saw that.
Not every locality gets the phone number to that guy, it seems.
Well, it was John McCain at the time, so John McCain made sure that
well,
happened.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, we got one on the Cincinnati. My buddy Scott can do that. That's what he did in the Army. Now he works in the Cincinnati Police, but he was a sniper for the military for a long time.
And that's what he did.
It makes y'all fucked up when you see people's brains explode through a little high-powered telescope,
Not
so
to
you can
those
see the
guys.
details of
Those guys pull the trigger and they're gone. That's the whole point.
He stares blankly into space a lot. Blankly.
All right,
Blankly a word? Might have missed that
Blankly?
one.
Blankly? One,
But I said
one,
blankly,
two.
though, because I'm an idiot.
Well,
Yeah.
you also say Pinterest.
Huh?
Yeah, you used to call it Pinterest, but I think it was just to be annoying.
And you know what?
Pinterest?
Pinterest, yeah.
I did that?
Yeah.
And you know what he
It was
does a
probably to be
lot?
annoying.
The word that he does the most that drives me crazy?
Swum.
Accept. When you accept something, I accept the fact that you won't show me your tits. He says accept. ASSEPT. That's the way he says it. He'll say it half the time. I accept that.
I don't know how often I say that word, so maybe. I don't fucking know.
Where's the X sound? There's 2 C's in it.
He does not accept what you're saying right now.
No, I accept it. I don't give a fuck.
All right, so do you have an asshole? Because Vanessa Nygaard is mine. Fuck
Nah,
you.
you're still my asshole. Just let's move on. Hey,
You can't be an asshole 2 weeks.
You're right. So happy birthday to Chris this week. He turned 67. It's
doesn't he look
it's
good?
been a long time. You know, he has a lot of experience on this earth. He has a lot to show us. That's why we keep him around. You know, he's such a wise man.
Wisdom.
So 67 years old. Give him
Wisdom
a clap.
comes with age.
Yeah, good for you. And he still has his hair mostly. You know, and there's still some brown in it. I'm not sure if it's colored or not. I don't really
I still
trust him.
fuck.
Switch to the gray
He still
king.
fucks.
I still fuck,
He's still really obsessed that he fucks.
And I'm pretty fun to party with. I ain't gonna lie.
And if you look at this view right now and you said, who's old? Who's the oldest in the room? It might not be Chris.
Might be the school marm
It might
sitting
be,
across
it
from
might
me.
be old fucking librarian Whoopie with that big full head of gray over there. So you guys really could be about the same age. Me over
Is
here.
that worry gray?
I'm
or is
only
that
62.
Over here, not much gray hair, guys. Just showing you
much,
off. It's
nothing.
I got hair. What? I got all sorts of hair going on.
You got a bitching comb over.
I got
just goes forward.
the
comb over
forward.
can go anyway?
I got the comb forward. All right.
They can go anyway.
It's fine. It works.
Comb over, comb forward. It's still comb over. 'cause
Actually,
you're coming
you know
over the
what?
bald spot.
Hair on top 6 inches
Asshole
long.
of the week.
It's coming from the back.
Now I'll get. They'll be my fuck yous. All right.
Okay.
Never mind. All right. Anyway, you know what? It is pretty far into the episode. We're 40 minutes. We probably should get to a little thing we do each time Whoopi's on, and
It's her favorite.
I still haven't made her one, but you know that's whatever. I don't know if you deserve it.
She
But I
likes
do
the
a
song.
dance.
Oh no, that's right. I never made one. That's what I'm trying to say. So we have to go to a different program and everything when we get you out. That's how special we are. Just look at it that way. We got to go to a whole new program and hope it works. All right. And then it doesn't work. Nah, we'll get it to work.
Oh man, we suck so bad at
No, we're good at this.
News, yes, she reads shit.
Here we go.
Whoopie with the news.
Restart.
Whoopie with the news. Whoopie got that news. Whoopie with the news, yes, she reads shit. Whoopie with the news. Whoopie got that news.
All right, we nailed it still. Go fuck yourselves. All right, maybe we should just film that like as a permanent clip, and then we just press it,
didn't
and it's
just
all
do
dancing.
that?
We
Well,
don't-
it's filmed.
My best
We don't
guess
have our
is-
songs.
All right, I
We
guess
don't
I
have
can
our
take
names
it
to
straight
the
out of
song.
that. Yeah.
I would like anything except this.
No, I like that. I like that picture. In fact, I'm glad you did it again because I'm going to go back and find that
And then
clip
we're gonna
that out.
Photoshop a guy
No,
taking a
no,
dump
I
right in
quit.
front of you.
Yep.
I'm giving my resignation.
All right, fine. We'll replace you
for
with Nick
better
Kroll.
pictures.
Whoopi, you got the stories from around the globe that are sweeping.
Yeah.
What's sweeping the nation these
You're
days?
right.
Oh, look,
Whoop-
that gets you a nice titty crease right there. Everybody can check out that titty crease.
Looks like a midget hopped in your shirt.
We've been dancing around this area of the world. There are some Polish folks who I think it's pretty cool. You know, we just had our 4th of July here. These folks love America so much, and they think we're so cool
Ooh, I saw this.
that they have a 28-hour-long, 700-page narrative live-action role play in the woods in this town in Poland, where like they're all dressed like American trailer park people, and they celebrate the 4th of July. And it's a live action role play LARP situation. You know, you may know them from Lord of the Rings. I think that's what Jason's doing right now. He looks very Lord of the Ringsy, and that's
No, he's
super cool
hashtag
hat.
Brimlife. That's what he is.
Brimlife.
Hashtag
Hashtag Brim Life, homie.
Look,
Continue on.
Look like
Continue
a
on.
Quaker.
These people also, they believe in, like they wrote in the Men in Black coming to their town, so they built this town. They all stay with their assigned families in their part of the trailer park, doing their part of the 700 pages of narrative that they've written for this, and they are a town in Ohio. And and it looks so good and so real that other people, I think the Republicans were saying it was fake news because those are clearly people who are just from Ohio.
What are you guys laughing at?
Your fat fucking head.
There's no brim there. You look like a nun or a fucking Quaker.
Hey, listen, I forgot. As you could tell, I forgot. This was the only one I had in the house. But Anton actually has a good one, and he was going to let me borrow it. But fuck it. Let's just go.
Are you Arby's?
Hashtag Brim Life.
Hashtag
Shut the fuck
Brim
up.
Life.
I'm smoking.
Are you Pharrell?
I'm smoking a custom Doc cigar right now, given to me by the man.
The man?
My buddy Dre. He has his own custom cigars made by, the Doc. The company's called
Hashtag not sponsored.
DeMonte or some shit like that. You can look it up. He looks so fucking cool in the pictures. So, respect. Go on.
I don't know if I can follow that.
All right, so
Well, speaking of children,
You want to hit the Doc?
yeah.
What's up, buddy?
The Xbox is not working.
I was just trying to look cool.
Grim
Sorry,
life,
guys.
grim life,
The
grim life.
Xbox isn't working? All right, I'll have to fix it later. Get back to me. Sorry about your luck.
There was a really cool toddler who I'd like to meet.
I would too. I like toddlers.
This 2-year-old boy. I don't remember what town this was in. This little boy, his mom is changing his diaper and realizes, gosh, my 2-year-old is rocking a really fat hog right now. That's like as long as he is. What the fuck is going on? He's got body hair. He's got a fucking mustache, a full beard.
You got a big dick?
His
that what you
dad
said, a
had
hog?
been using testosterone cream.
Oh yeah,
And cuddling with the baby boy.
Absolutely.
And threw him into puberty. Much like the 10-year-old girl in Ohio who got raped and had to go to Indiana for an abortion.
Let's stop
and
with all-
I maintain that the worst part of that story is that poor little girl was in 3rd grade and she got her period. That's traumatic. I think that's the worst part
Yeah,
about
well,
that.
but a 2-year-old with a fat dick? Because of some cream? Is that a thing?
when I was
I
doing
think it's
those
the commercial
testosterone
milk
shots,
that got the 10-year-old.
when I was doing the testosterone shots, they were going to give me the cream, and they said, well, we're not now because you have a young kid. If you hug that kid and you put that stuff on, it'll get on him and it'll work.
Wow.
So
how powerful is that? What is it for?
all you do, that's what Barry Bonds was on.
Is this what those like
So how
old
big Barry
time
Bonds got on?
football guys on the commercial are like?
That's the new
Yeah.
fucking steroid.
Extra
You just squirt
Just
it
rub it
out
on.
and rub it on your thigh or somewhere.
I don't know if you know this, but Chris was a big steroid head back in the day.
Is it roids or is it like
it's
dick
pure
cream?
testosterone. No, it's testosterone.
Does it make you all crazy?
But it
wanna
absorbs. It absorbs instead of shooting it in. Instead of shooting it in, you just rub it on you.
serious.
It's
Yeah.
so much more convenient for those guys.
fight? Oh.
And that's what Barry Bonds was on. It's called Androgel. And it's just 100% testosterone. You rub
Interesting
it
that
in.
this guy did not get that warning.
I got my warning. They wouldn't give me the gel
So
because
does
of
puberty go hand in hand with wanting to smash puss?
that. Yes.
Yeah.
So this kid's going to be wanting to smash preschool puss. All these kids are going to have to fucking... I mean, that could be dangerous.
mom.
No.
Keep looking. You're gonna have to
Before you want to smash puss,
Yeah,
you
because they
first
can't
have to see
differentiate
it.
between what's good at this point. They might go for their mama.
I had no desire to smash puss until I
Baby
saw
babies.
it, like in a magazine, a Playboy. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
They're just not going to show it to
It
the
was the
2-year-old.
visual that got you.
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you mean? They're giving kids steroids. They may as well fucking show them some
Well,
fucking
he didn't give them to
poon.
him on purpose, but
Okay, fair enough. All right, yeah, and poor 10-year-old got
And the
raped,
kid-
can't have an abortion. Is that what else?
No, the upsetting part is that she was able to get pregnant
Oh, so
because she's been drinking commercial milk, and she got puberty when she was 7, and it's rude and just.
So you're upset at the
absolutely
corn
rude.
companies and shit for growing your
Yeah,
shit?
the milk companies.
Just
Yeah.
milk?
Yeah,
Milk's
it's
the only thing that
milk
makes
hormones.
you have periods?
No, I
No,
don't
it's
think that it does. But
it's full of hormones.
I'm throwing off.
I drank a lot of milk.
It's full of hormones.
Get on, I'll be cool.
It'll be cool.
So that's not the only thing. Half the food we eat now. When I was a kid, They didn't make people the size that they are today.
Hey, watch out. Why you point your hand at me?
I'm not talking fat. Like
Well, why your hand going my direction?
when I
That's
was
sugar. That's added sugar.
there's kids in high school that
I
are
don't know why people are so fat now.
there's little kids that are sophomores in high school that are doing 360 slams because they're 6'9". They didn't make people that big when I was a kid because they didn't have all the hormones in the food that we eat.
Or all the calories in the delicious
They didn't
food.
have it.
I like chips.
Yeah, but I give it all up for Shaq. All right, I got to watch Shaq because of this. You know, we take away our milk and we got these little small puny motherfuckers and we're going to have to watch a bunch of Chris Pauls the rest of our life. All right, I'll give it up.
Yeah, almond milk doesn't make big men.
You guys are missing my point here.
No.
I'm saying every food we eat's got fucking shit in it.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. I'm just saying I don't give a shit. Go on.
I think our brains are going to get smaller because we eat all this weird fake meat.
Well,
Guys,
Borat says
celebrity
yours
news.
is
Maybe
smaller
your
already.
brain, bro. My brain ain't going anywhere. All right?
Look at the size of that head. There's a big
Oh.
brain in there.
Hey, you realize I got fucking headphones on. That's
it's
part of the
all
reason why I
brim.
won't put it. It
No,
actually does
that's-
fit without the headphones.
You're a liar.
Motherfucker.
Take them off.
All right, dick shits.
Take it off, take it off. Sounds like an R. Kelly song. Boy, he's in some hot water. Oh, pull it, Gandalf.
Nailed it. Let's go.
All right.
No headphones the rest of the show. Fuck all y'all.
Hashtag.
I'm looking at these sentences that have come out lately for these famous people. I'm like some dead famous people.
R.
too.
Kelly's
I
a
know
sick
you guys
fuck.
are talking about dead famous people a lot when I'm not here, but so R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell, and the guy who killed George Floyd, all were sentenced recently.
All Chovy?
Yeah, yeah. Who,
My boy
Chauvin.
Shoves.
who
Chauvin.
of those people do you think deserved the most long sentence? The
Well,
longest
R.
sentence?
Kelly, Jizzy, and
Chauvin.
Chovy.
But Chauvin, these new charges he just got, these new years, these were federal years. He's already got his state years.
Yeah, and they run concurrent, so I mean, it really didn't add anything.
Altogether,
Right, I mean, but concurrent.
no, concurrent
is-
means one after the other.
Oh, right, well, then they were in-
Oh, that's consecutive.
Yeah, they're concurrent, and basically he'll do more jail time because of this, because the federal, you can't get probation as easy, but he'll do it also in federal prison, which is typically less harsh. So
Yeah.
he'll serve actually easier
Well,
time.
it's less harsh
but a little bit
because,
more.
because you can't get beat up and
They
fucking raped
separate
and all
and
that
shit,
stuff.
yeah.
You're in your cell for 23 hours a day in these federal prisons.
Yeah, but that dude wouldn't survive in a
Oh,
regular
no,
prison.
no,
You
not
know
for
what I
5
mean?
minutes.
Like,
Not
it's-
for 5 minutes.
What kind of prison is R. Kelly going to? He got the most time at 30 years.
He's
Eric
going to a
Chauvin had the
regular
Was that
second
prison.
federal or a
most
state?
At
No,
21.
his was state.
And
He's got
Ghislaine is
two
only
other
getting
states.
20.
Well, Ghislaine
Was this in,
Ghislaine
Illinois?
Maxwell's going to die.
She ain't that old.
I know.
No, I think it's going to be like Epstein. I think she's
She better start
Nah,
talking.
I think she would
She's
have.
going to take
She needs to
herself
name
out
some
or something like
names.
that
No,
when she hits
she's
the
not
fucking
going to name
cell.
names.
No, but I still think she's not the type of woman who's going to survive well in a fucking prison.
Well, she's going to die
I
in
think she's
prison
gonna
probably,
get in
but
there and,
she's
and take
Just 'cause
herself
she's
out.
old.
yeah, because she's old.
But
Older-
Chauvin got what, like 30 the first time, and he got 21, I think,
21
for the
this
federal,
time,
for the
yeah.
federal, right, for the constitutional right thing. So all in all, he got a total of around 50 or 60 years.
But if he's going to serve them concurrently, then 21 was the longest sentence that he's received.
No,
Isn't it?
he got 30 something for the
Yeah, but
Floyd
Jason's
thing.
right. He'd get out in 5 on that.
No. There's a minimum. There's a minimum on that sentence. Besides, he's not getting out on his original murder charges for.
I don't think he'll
Yeah,
get
but
out.
It was less. It was like he would have had the mandatory do I think like 16 or 17 years, and now he's going.
Is your mic off? Because I can't hear you.
Yeah, it is.
now you can hear me, and whatever I said didn't matter. So let's move on.
Next.
Chauvin won't get out until he's an old man, if he does.
I just like going by the new nicknames for them all. You got Kells, you got Chovy, and then you got Jizzy.
Jizzy.
You know, and
Now-
it-
now,
you know, I think
Ghislaine
Jizzy should have got
Maxwell-
the most, but
Ghislaine
Maybe
Maxwell,
Chauvin, though.
I
I'm
think
They
sure.
should make him keep doing. Oh, you mean Ghislaine? I thought you meant Jizzy, like R. Kelly.
they all should have
jizzed
just
on
had
me.
life.
I think
Yeah.
Maxwell and fucking R. Kelly, I think their crimes are pretty fucking similar if you get it right down to it.
I thought Jizzy got off easy.
I did
and
too.
I was surprised that R. Kelly got more time than her, but she's a white woman and he's a
It's
black
the
man.
it's the 10 extra years for being black.
but what they should do with it, they should make him keep doing concerts and keep all the money.
he
that
has,
should be his prison.
He has 2 more states to get sentenced under.
Ooh.
Really?
And yeah, he's got 2 more. That was only 1 out of 3. His next one is for fucking child molestation.
Hey.
So he's going to get more.
Good day.
Yeah, hey, good eye, Mike.
That's a good look now. I might have to wear these headphones and this hat all the time.
So yeah, this was just one of the states sentencing him. His next one is a child molestation conviction that could carry 30 to 40 more years.
I don't think he'll ever get out.
No, he's not going to get out. And the thing about it is, R. Kelly's a nut. He's going to kill himself in jail. He can't be in a cage.
Nah, dude, he'll run shit.
I don't think he will.
Nah.
He's going to be a hero
Nah,
to a lot of people.
They say when Tyson went to
His
prison,
people still like him.
when Tyson went to prison, he was one of the first that they fucking came after.
Well, that's a tough
That's,
thing.
yeah.
That's because everybody has to
They're
prove
going to
how
do
tough
that
they
to
are.
R. Kelly.
No, R. Kelly's not known for being a tough guy.
Well, no, but they still test you.
Nah,
They're
I
like,
bet you.
can I make R. Kelly my bitch while he's in
He's
here?
still rich. They're going to use that. You know what I mean? They're going to use the money connections and
Yeah.
stuff like that. They're not going to.
I just don't think R. Kelly's going to do well in a fucking box.
Some people worship him the way they worship this man in Thailand.
Oh, yeah? Look at that face she just made when she said
Dun,
that.
dun, dun. Don't
Tell me about the
freeze it.
Thailand guy.
Huh?
Don't freeze it.
Oh, that's frozen. See, I wouldn't even have thought about it until you said it. Let's
I'm
time
super
mark
paranoid
this.
about it.
We got 52:36. All right, let's go.
So a lot of your would you rathers have to do with like
The super duper homeless?
yeah, and somehow getting some poops and some peas and things in your mouth as if like that's not a normal thing. But there are followers of this person in Thailand. 11 bodies were found at his compound. And these folks worshipped him so much that he's like a white guy in his 70s. And they would eat as part of their worship his like sloughed off skin and saliva, feces, urine.
All the Asians love foot skin.
Cigarette butts, even, and believing that they possess magical abilities. So some people just like that. And,
Some
you know,
people
I'm
have-
sitting here with all your would you
Some people
rathers,
have
and
lost their
sometimes
fucking
I'm like,
mind.
you know, I don't mind that. Maybe I should move to Thailand. Maybe this guy is my god.
What do you mean you don't mind that? You want to go eat this guy's skin?
Yeah, I love all the would you rathers. It's my dirty secret.
Oh, okay. I don't blame
I
you there.
want to do both things.
That's what she says. I'd rather do both.
That's actually no. That was Sam that always said that. But now apparently maybe it's just a girl thing. You're fucking weirdos.
Whoopi's
Yeah.
twisted.
We
I
only had
didn't-
2 women.
Bottom
on?
line is the people that worship
Yeah.
this guy that want to eat his skin and
Three.
drink his
Three.
piss and whatnot. These people are criminally insane. I mean,
They're worshiping the wrong guy because there's this 33-year-old who, like, for the last 2 years, he's been having issues, but he only went to the hospital 5 days ago when his nuts started to hurt real bad.
I'd go there too.
But for the last 2 years, he's been urinating fecal matter,
Oh,
passing a substantial amount of urine and semen from his rectum, and everything's just coming out of the wrong holes because he's
You
got
can't come
holes
through your
in his-
ass.
He did. Yes, he is.
We've-
There's a word for it.
We've
and
already
it's
talked
called
about this.
Pneumaturia.
I could see peeing out of your ass.
Yeah, because that's not a recent thing.
How do you not know that there's something wrong?
Yeah, that's weird.
And how do you get a turd out of your dick?
It's just a little bit.
yeah, I mean it's
maybe
not a
like
giant turd.
maybe he thought it was something else.
It's just like a little stream of turd.
Let me tell you something. If
I mean,
a
you
little
don't think
tiny
it's
bit of turd
normal,
came
right?
out of my dick hole, I wouldn't think it was anything else.
A little what?
A little bit of shit came out of my dick.
Yeah.
I'm going to the hospital that minute.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
that
shit dick.
fucking minute. Yeah.
Yeah, unless you recently had butt sex or something, then even then I'd be worried.
Well, it took him to get some pain in his nuts. Apparently, what was happening to him was not painful.
Really? Sounds painful to me.
It was the nut pain that sent him to the ER. And they
Because the
figured all
other
this
2
shit
days
out.
ago, I dropped a turd big as your
Yeah?
forearm. And if that thing tried to squeeze out of my dick,
Wouldn't be good.
I'd be in the ER.
That's
Mate.
man, you probably have like really hard shits too.
No.
You don't have hard.
They're rocks. They're normally little rocks.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm on keto, they're little rocks. But I haven't been on keto for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So now they're coming out like arms.
Okay,
Arms.
that seems
They're-
better.
They're big. They're large.
Seems
When I'm not
preferable.
on keto, they're big. I mean, I shit.
Ah, shit.
That's just every time you talk about keto, it makes me think, why do you do this?
To lose weight.
Well, I know, but
Because I used to weigh almost 300 pounds.
I only do it for the beaties. That's the only real
Beaties?
diet for the beaties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it cuts out carbs and everything's
Carbs
based
and
off
sugar.
sugar. Yeah. So it's the only diet. And I'm not good at it, obviously, because I don't lose weight. Because I usually do keto during the daytime, so I don't get tired at work, and I wake up through it, and then in the night I'll end with some carbs and just fall asleep with some high blood sugar.
that's not how you do that.
Not at all, man. Not at all. But either way, that's what I do.
You got to commit the way you've committed to this hat look.
Oh,
I'm really into it.
The commitment on this hat is only going to last about another 20
I'm
minutes.
telling
but
Carmen
all
to
right.
put a Stetson cap on your Christmas list.
Oh, yeah, I would look fucking fine in a Stetson.
Megan
think?
would be so jealous of how good you look in this hat.
Most cowboys don't have big heads.
Fuck you. Yeah, some of them do, I imagine. I don't think
What
my
about
head's
about
ridiculously
cowboys?
big, by the way.
No, it's
I mean, I got a good size head,
It's a
but
good size head.
I can still get a hat at the hat store. You know, I'm not one of those guys that have to
Yeah.
order special. Like,
but Richard Burdett.
oh yeah, I bet you the Hudson. I bet you can't go in. You think Matt can go into the?
I don't think Matt has a giant head.
We know a lot of people with giant heads. All the giant heads are going through my head.
Mostly Burdett.
Well, he had the most giant head.
It was the
Filing
biggest
through
head you
your
ever saw.
giant head
There is no
Rolodex
way
in your
that every
mind.
T-shirt he owned wasn't ripped around the fucking collar when he
wasn't-
stretched it over his
He
head.
couldn't play high school football because they couldn't find a helmet big enough to fit his head. I mean, that's great. That's great. And then, you know, they got
There was
Not
a-
even like adult
there was a
size
joke-
gym
No,
covers?
they couldn't.
There was
find
a
helmet.
joke around work. They said, "Would you rather have $5,000 or Richard's head full of nickels?"
Both.
And people had to think about it. His head's this big. Wow, it's fucking enormous.
His poor mother.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, you know what? She might be dead.
He ripped
I
her
never,
up.
I
No,
never,
that's
I never
the-
heard about her.
That's the commercial for C-section right there. There's no way you're passing a head
I hear
like
it's
that
so
vaginally.
convenient.
So I don't know shit about cigars, and I think they all taste like shit.
It smells really like a lot.
But how do people light them and stuff? This is like the most fun part, though, is just this part.
You got to keep doing it. That's why they
No,
have those
you
big
gotta have-
torchy
You gotta have a
lighters
torch,
and
yeah.
stuff.
You gotta have a torch.
There's a whole set of accessories that you need in order to do this, like Jungle Jim.
I don't get it. I don't get cigars.
Well, you're not supposed to inhale them.
Well, I don't inhale them.
Do a
that's-
smoke ring.
Smell them.
I've inhaled it twice during the show, and both times I had to cut my mic off so I could come over and choke.
Ugh.
Because here's the thing: is I've never been a cigarette smoker. If you give me a cigarette, I do not physically know how to smoke a cigarette. I smoke everything like weed, you know. And you're not. If you smoke anything besides weed like weed, you just choke your dick off. And so I every once in a while I'll take a hit of this and like weed, and I'll choke my dick off.
What did we fucking talk about?
What?
We talked
Yes,
about this.
I told you.
Have you heard it the whole time?
This is what I mean. This guy is like a 5-minute attention span. Apparently, when you cross over 60, you just can't remember anything.
Let me
ever
tell you
again.
something. When you have children,
I got children.
You check your
Okay,
fucking.
alright.
Yours are right inside though.
No, I get you, but
You just check to make sure that it's nothing from the
It's the
exit.
dick.
well, you can check
Yeah.
every. You
That's
know,
all I
you can
did.
you can think every 10 minutes to look, but it's about turning the sound off.
That if you look,
I don't think he's in this, man. I
the
don't think his
volume
heart's in
is
it.
all the way down.
Yeah,
It's off.
Yeah, but that's
Not off. I heard it.
But for some reason, the little fucking pings still go off.
It's because you don't know how to go into the settings of your actual notifications and change that part.
It's because I don't feel like going through the effort.
You know, you're awful sassy with that hat on.
He's fucking. That's not a knife.
That's not a
That's
knife.
a knife. All right. So what else you got there, Whoop?
I don't know. They're all crap. I haven't been doing very good. But I did think this one was like...
Whoopi sucks at the news.
woman-
Hey, tell me something we talked about 4 months ago, Whoopi. Here we go.
I don't watch this show.
Exactly.
How do I know?
So Whoopi
You
says.
shouldn't be talking about any current events.
So
How do-
Whoopi says.
How do we got a third wheel that doesn't
America
even watch our
has
show?
landed on the moon. We have landed on the
Fuck.
moon.
No, I thought this one was good. Just because
But I
it
don't
made
think
me
we did.
giggle.
I think it was all done in a
It
sound
was
studio.
a nice old lady in India who was just trying to like do her laundry at the river or whatever. And I don't know what she did to this elephant, and she got trampled by an elephant to death, right? So in this part of India, they still burn bodies on funeral pyres. So they have this woman's corpse laid out on this mountain of sticks, and they're getting ready to set it on fire. The same elephant comes back and uses its tusks to lift her body off the funeral pyre and throw it in the air.
I heard about this.
And
Was
they-
this true?
Yes, and they retrieved it, put it back, and continued with their funeral rite. And I just
Well,
gotta
for
know,
some
like,
reason, the elephant found this woman a
what
threat.
did this woman do?
I don't think you have to do anything
Elephants
to a
are
wild
sentient.
elephant.
They're smart.
Maybe she caught
They
him like
remember.
jerking off her baby elephant.
Oh,
I mean, this
think-
lady was a freak and she was
I
in the
think
forest.
that you don't really have to do anything to piss off a wild animal. Sometimes
it had
they're-
escaped
Elephants
from
are a little bit
nearby-
different than most animals, I believe, because they are so intelligent. Like, I
Yeah,
agree
we
with
see
you. You don't have,
videos of them charging fucking safari people for just driving by. You know?
because
Because
you're in
they're
their
cages.
territory.
Well, that woman
They're
must
angry.
have been in.
It
at
had
the fucking
escaped from
watering
a
hole.
nearby, like,
But just to
reserve.
come over and fuck up her funeral?
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's
Come
crazy.
back for her? Like, I smell that bitch again. Where is she?
Yeah, she must have done some. I think she was fiddling around with the old
Did she?
dingleberries.
I think before she died, she was an ivory poacher.
Yeah, this one still had both its tusks,
but
which is interesting.
she
because
did his friend.
Elephants are starting to evolve to not grow tusks. Like, that's how fast and in real time evolution is happening.
Oh yeah, so people
Just
don't
so
fuck
you
them
know.
up.
Yeah, because they get killed for their tusks. So
You know, but
they've
wouldn't it
actually
be
started
easier?
being born
Wouldn't
without.
it be easier to shoot an elephant with like a tranquilizer gun? Saw the fucking tusk off, and then you don't have to kill it.
Then you can't get a picture with it
But
like
what-
this trophy hunter.
Or what if this motherfucker wakes up? Apparently, he's gonna remember you even after you die and come to fuck you up. So,
So dude
Yeah.
in Africa at Kruger National Park is a sport game hunter and likes to take his pictures with his dead animals.
Like the Jimmy John's guy.
He was like person came along and shot him to death.
I love this one, and
then-
I wish they stuffed him and took his picture.
And they're definitely like not looking into it that much.
Yeah.
Well, no.
And the local authorities,
It's one of
'cause he's
those-
a fucking murderer.
That whole thing, the trophy hunting shit, is such a catch-22 because it is fucked up. But then again, those countries are so poor that they use that money
Yeah.
that these assholes pay to actually keep the environment
Yeah.
better. So it's like, I don't really never know which side to go with on that one. But either way, I still hate all the trophy hunters.
I think the one you
Like,
were thinking
regardless
of,
of the morality, I still hate them. Like, I still fuck Jimmy John guy.
you're
Fuck
thinking-
that guy.
I think you were thinking the one that got trampled to death.
Well, no,
There
but
was
then-
one that got like in the last year. There was one that got attacked by like a tiger or some shit.
Yeah, but the Jimmy
There's
John
another
guy
one
was
that got
posing with a
trampled.
fucking beautiful giraffe. Why do you shoot a giraffe? What the fuck? Are
A
you
lot
gonna
of
get
a lot
out
of
shooting
time
a
either the
Fish.
giraffe is already sick and they're just taking him out because he'll start or the giraffe starts shit with all the other giraffes and fucks up stuff like that. That's a lot of times what it is. The animals are marked because they're a danger
No, I'm
to all the
talking
other
the
why it
Jimmy,
costs so
Jimmy
much.
John's guy.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no,
you
but it's
think that?
it's the same thing. Those guys pay a lot of money to go do that.
Yeah, I know they
You
do.
don't just Jimmy John's not just fucking flying over to Africa and waiting in a field for a giraffe to pass.
yeah, he's
you know
got
what
a-
I mean?
he's
He
got
has
the-
to go through a certain thing, and then he has to kill that giraffe, and that giraffe's usually already sectioned off. They kind of set it up for these guys. It's not like
Yeah.
they're these great hunters. You know what I mean? They'll-
Yeah.
It's like one of those things you go there and the giraffe's tied to a tree. You know, bang. You know, shit like that.
Happened to a friend of mine.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's things that
Got
actually
tied to
happen.
a tree and shot.
No, but get this shit. A friend of mine.
You
paid,
saw. You're watching
This
a lot
is
of murders
19,
lately.
$1991. He wanted to hunt this huge species of elk. So he went to Montana or Wyoming, one of the two, and he paid literally $6,000 to go on this elk hunt. There was 9 people. They had this huge, 3,000 acre compound. Okay, literally when they got there was 9 people. There was a pen full of these beautiful, majestic elks. They opened it up and released 9 of them so that they would all guarantee to get their elk. They still had to go out and track it and hunt it.
Like
But-
that's a little.
But this elk
questionable
was not getting
morally.
away. He couldn't have gotten over the fence or whatever. There was a fence at the border of every one of but literally, and he said, this isn't what I came here for. I mean, there's my elk right there. They just released it, and you give it 24 hours, then I'm going to go after it and find it. You know, I want to actually do the hunt part where I go look for it, and if I don't find one, fuck, I don't have one. But they guaranteed that there was going to be an elk for everybody.
Well, what did he think that meant?
Well, he'd already spent $6,000.
I know, but
He thought he would go there, and there would be a guide, and you'd go up in the fucking mountains and look for the fucking elk. But no, it's like, well, I mean, it
Still
ended.
fish in a barrel thing.
Well, it still ended up that because he still had
Don't
to
say
go
that to
out
Joe
and
Rogan.
look, look for this thing. But bottom line is, there was a guaranteed elk there somewhere within that 3,000 acres, and he was going to get it. So,
I ain't gonna say anything to Joe Rogan. I'm not gonna see him anytime soon.
your friend Joe.
I won't see old Joe. You know,
Oh.
it doesn't happen. I don't see him.
I'm upset that you guys have had a falling out.
Yeah, well, I don't dislike Joe Rogan. I'm just saying I don't run into him much. I met him once out in Louisville, and I didn't even have a chance to ask some questions because Ryan started talking to him about eating ass.
Is he so
and
short?
so I just moved on. What?
Is he so short?
He's super short. He's a
I knew
midget.
it.
He's like 5'5".
There's like a
But
Joe
he's
Rogan
also-
Reddit, and it's all memes of him being tiny, and I
But
wonder
he's
if they
also
just
about
hate him.
he's also about 5'5" wide, and it's not fat. He's like just ripped. He's like this little.
Sometimes I get a little tired after my 8-hour workout.
he's
Then I eat a bar.
He's an insane person.
he's nuts. All right, hey, I want to bring something up. Are you done with your news?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
it don't matter.
Okay, now this pissed me off. The other day, my son said, I want to watch Naked and Afraid. I like that show.
I love that show.
So I'm watching the
Why are
show.
you angry?
I'm angry. First of all, I sit there and I think, could I do it? Well, fuck no, I couldn't do it. I couldn't build a fucking shelter. I don't know
No,
what
I
to
couldn't do
fucking
that
eat
stuff.
out
No,
there.
my feeties would hurt. I can't walk on gravel.
Yeah, that's the worst
the other,
part.
The other day was a fun one, though. It was this trans woman, okay, who had the boobs but still had the penis. And when her partner showed up and saw her, he went, what the fuck? You know, he didn't know. And it's so funny because the partner, this big rough and tumble guy from South Africa, Hunter, whatever, He tapped out in like 4 days, and the trans woman finished all by herself for the 21 days. But I started looking. My son's like, do you really think that these people don't know each other and blah, blah, blah? How do you pick what you get to start with and all that? So I looked up the rules for Naked and Afraid. Do you know that you get kicked off the show if you fuck?
Sure, they're not filming pornos.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
What I'm
You're not
saying
supposed to
is-
be fucking.
Yeah, I know, but the whole point is, what if you want to fuck? They kick you off the show.
Well,
They don't have to show that
listen.
part in the show.
People learn lessons from the real world. The first real reality
They
show.
wouldn't show them fucking.
There's
The whole
shows
point is,
that have them fucking in there.
you see them all the time cuddling for body heat and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What if a couple that was there just said, hey, fuck it, let's go for it and fuck?
But here's the thing:
They kick you off.
Of course they would. You know why? It's a job.
No.
It's a job. They're working. Couldn't you just go, hey, man, I got a 20-minute break. Why can't I go fuck in my car?
Do you think
What's
the
the
woman
problem?
Do you think the
I'm
woman
on
got
break.
paid more?
You know what I mean? Like, you're at work. That's why you can't do it. So if that's the rule.
Yeah, but I think you build a special bond.
No, would it make for better television? I think it would make for better television if these two are, and then the next thing you know, they're fucking. I mean, that's,
I've never
that's
watched.
riveting. You know what I mean?
Watched an episode where I thought they'd want to fuck.
I thought I could trust you, and then you do this.
But it's weird that it's one of the rules that if you actually have sex, you get kicked off the show.
You'd have to fuck like the first night because after that, everything's gross.
Stinky,
so
yeah.
nasty.
You'd have to fuck right away.
Yeah, you have to fuck right away. Or you just have to be really nasty.
Before the 18,000 mosquitoes have left bumps all over your fucking body
Yeah.
and your pussy stinks.
I wonder what it has to do
Yeah,
with
your
like
dick becomes
liability.
ribbed for her pleasure from mosquito bites.
Could a woman who gets pregnant in that situation sue the show for support?
No.
What do you
If they
mean?
used it as part of the show? Like, there's all kinds of weird liability issues around that, I think, probably.
She did it on her own.
There's a woman who got HPV in a car, and she has sued Geico for an injury claim because she got an STD in a car when she was fucking a guy in his car. So, I mean...
Geico ain't
the
gonna pass
only
that
rea-
shit.
The only
Those
reason
fucking
there's no
shitty
laws
insurance
about it
companies
is
are gonna
that
shut
no
that
one has
down.
made the lawsuit yet. They didn't send anybody to court because it was so laughable, and they might have to pay it. It's like it's silly.
Wait.
So I mean, what I'm saying is, like, of course they would have to make that a rule. Something happened along the way where they thought they were going to lose their ass in money or in court or some shit like that.
Because I'm sitting there thinking, hey, if I'm, hey, nice to meet you. We're both naked. We get along good. All right.
We got a lot of time out here.
Yeah, and it's got to be the first day, like Jason said,
Yeah.
because the next day you're hairy and stinky and everything else.
Yeah, I don't know. So it has to be right away.
It's not
Otherwise,
practical.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to get to this.
Now this one is an old would you rather that I didn't make up, but
Mhm.
I was looking some up today trying to figure this out, and I really couldn't answer this question. I mean, I did in the end, but it wasn't easy. It's kind of a real one. It's not, you're not sucking a
thinker?
homeless guy's asshole.
It's a thinker.
Yeah. Would you rather be blind for 6 months or deaf for a year? Now, the reason that I asked this is because I think not being able to see would be the worst fucking thing ever. I think you could get through life not being able to hear, but I think they would both suck real bad.
I feel like we've done this one.
I don't think we have.
Yeah.
So blind for 6 months, deaf for a year. Go.
Deaf for a year.
Deaf for a year or
I wanna
blind for
drive.
6 months?
Yeah.
I know. I think the one you did before was like a certain amount of time, and the other one was lifetime. So maybe that's why I think we've done it before of some sort. But either way, I don't know. I feel like I'm the 6 month guy regardless. I'm just the shorter time guy.
See, I normally would be always the shorter time guy. I would blow fucking homeless guys for 10 minutes or fuck the fat lady for a year. I would do the short one. That's just, the way I am.
No, I'm with Chris. Yeah, I couldn't be blind. I want to drive.
Hey,
Can't
it's
drive
6
if
months
you're blind.
off.
But you wouldn't
Get
be
that
able to
disability
you wouldn't be
for
able to
6
hear
months.
music. We couldn't work not being able to hear.
Yeah.
We couldn't work.
No,
I
I'm on
couldn't work
disability.
not being able to. Well,
I couldn't be able to
either
work,
way.
not be able to see or hear. So either way, I'm out of a job.
You're out of a job for 6 months or a year.
Yeah, that's why I take the shorter one.
Yeah, I
Well.
see.
Always the shorter one.
Hey, if I was blind for 6 months, I'd fuck fat girls. Couldn't see anything.
Yeah, I always see
Like
those
you
fat girls
couldn't
flocking to
tell?
the blind guy.
Just a joke, people. Relax.
We were walking, me and our buddy Trung was walking to the table the other day together, and we seen two blind people, and he just taps me. He goes, "Hey, Jason," he goes, "They must really just like the music, huh?" And that's all he said. And it was so fucking
Funniest
funny.
dude on the planet. Trung.
Because they're blind at the casino. What can they do? You know what I mean? Like, what are they there
Here
for?
when you win, I guess.
I don't know, but either way, they weren't playing games. They were just walking around with their sticks.
Imagine dealing blackjack to a blind person.
I have.
They go like this and they sit there think for a second. Hit me, I think.
No, I've dealt to both blind and deaf at this point.
You just tell them what they have.
You just tell them what they. I say what they have anyways. I'm not one of those dealers that just throw the cards down, and don't say shit every time I get 14.
Yeah, I do.
17. You know what I mean? Like
too.
it's just not only the nice thing to do, but it speeds up the game because
It
a lot of
does.
these turds can't. You know, they're 3 plus 4 plus 7. What's that equal? You know,
I
just like-
count it. I count it all for them too.
Yeah, you have to just for your own sanity.
Yeah,
All right, you got one of these?
I do.
Joke of the week.
I got a joke of the week. I've probably told it. I've probably told all of these, but today I decided to go after old people because every now and then I find a group of people that I want to target for the joke, and then I go there.
Is this like that? Is this like when black people get Nazi signs on them? You know, going after your own.
I don't know. Do they do that?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, when they get tattoos and stuff?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, with someone against their own
That's their pet
self-interest.
cause.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like a
I'm
Jewish...
talking really, really old people.
all super duper
Fuck
old.
off.
I can't believe neither of you got that at
Old
first.
people who.
No, he's saying that I'm old. Okay.
I'm just
So
calling them
anyway,
old in a roundabout way.
The alarm goes off at this couple's house. They were celebrating their 75th wedding anniversary. Alarm goes off. They wake up. They're like, what are we going to do today? It's our 75th anniversary. It's fucking monumental. What are we going to do? The husband says, let's do what we used to do when we were young. Let's go out and eat breakfast naked, fuck on the floor, do whatever we want to all day. She goes, okay, well, we'll try it. So they fucking go out to the breakfast table, butt-ass naked, and they're sitting there. He reaches under with his foot and starts rubbing her leg real close to her pussy with it and blah, blah, blah. And she goes, this is like when we were young. And he said, yeah, it was. I'm kind of liking it. She's going, me too. And she said, let me tell you something. As good as you look right now, my nipples are getting hot like they used to for you when we were young. And he says, well, honey, your right one's in the coffee and your left one's floating in the oatmeal.
You're so mean to the old people. Look how much he's laughing.
I mean, because I immediately envision an old lady with, a couple of fucking East Westers hanging in the fucking food.
In my head, I saw the lady from the birthday cards.
Oh,
yeah.
Famous saggy titty model. You know what I mean? I wonder what her name was. I wonder
don't
if her
know.
grandchildren are proud of her.
I bet
Like,
she
hey,
made a lot of money.
You know who grandma is? Oh, famous saggy titty lady that's all
Yeah.
over the birthday cards. Yeah, the birthday
Yeah.
card tits, you know? There's- she had a whole career off of that.
She did. And
I
I
imagine.
guarantee she made fucking money.
Probably at least enough to live off of.
Yeah.
I don't think she's out there a
What do you do
millionaire.
for a living? I show my saggy fucking
Yeah, I don't-
East-West titties.
I don't think you're in
That's what I do.
Beverly Hills and Leo DiCaprio's Who's the New Neighbor. Oh, saggy titty birthday card lady. She fucking
I'm
cashed
fucking-
in.
It's my retirement plan.
There you go.
But I
Hey,
mean,
something
think
to look
about it.
forward to.
Generally, when you're on those type of things, you get paid like per card, right? Like when you do a commercial, every time it plays, you get paid.
I don't know if that's the way. I don't know the fucking birthday card industry, but something
I've bought
tells
a
me.
lot of saggy tit cards.
I'm
in my
just
life.
saying, something tells me the fucking Hallmark didn't give her points on
That's
the rear end of
revenge
that. You know what I
porn.
mean? I think the bitch probably got like $45 to do that photo shoot, and they told Grandma to get the fuck out of here and get some Ovaltine. Get home before Matlock comes on. All
Get
right.
your bra on.
Yeah, fucking Golden Girls will be on at 7. Get home, bitch. I don't think she made much more money after the initial shoot, well, which is a shame, though.
Those
I do
nipples
agree.
pointed dead south.
Yeah, I do
don't
agree.
know.
If
As
those
the
things-
older I get and start to notice the careers of actors that are also getting older, and you start to see people in these weird roles of like old ladies who swear and shit, and you think, and like I'm old enough to remember, like, oh, that's just how she's always been, and now it's funny because she's old. So I think a lot of these older actors that are willing to do that kind of shit are going to start making a ton of money.
Hey, we've had a lot of. We were talking about the death pool earlier. We've had a lot of deaths this week, but no one nailed them.
No,
You know what I mean?
nipples.
Who all we get? We got old wife beating James Caan. You know, oh, sorry about my loss there, cokehead.
Yeah,
Go
James
fuck
Caan,
yourselves.
you had fucking Ray Liotta.
Ray
and
Liotta.
we had fucking the guy with the gray
Uncle
wings.
Paulie.
Uncle
Paulie
Paulie.
Walnuts,
Paulie
yeah.
Walnuts is gone. That one I do miss. I don't know anything about personally, so I don't know if he's a piece of shit or not. I
I
do-
read a thing, it didn't say what happened to
He
him.
made a living out of
He-
doing nothing but mafia movies.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
He donated a lot to charity, apparently.
Like James Caan had a lot of good roles and stuff like that.
Great roles.
But he was a piece of shit. So fuck him. But
yeah, great roles though.
Yeah,
Fuck, he was awesome.
And then I don't know much about the other one either.
Ray Liotta?
Yeah, like
He
a
had
personal
Goodfellas.
life.
He
You know
had
what I mean?
Goodfellas. Oh, yeah. If he was a dick or not.
Bill Burr claims that he was a dick, kind of. But, outside of that, Bill Burr thought it was funny the way he was a dick, though. He got a kick out of it.
They do a movie together or something?
Yeah, they did a movie together. I think they did like 2 movies together. I think
Burr
they were
and
actually
Ray Liotta?
Yeah, I think they actually liked each other, but Bill said,
Bill,
hey, he was a
Bill
dick
Burr
to
is.
people, you know what I mean? So his new comedy special comes out this week. I'm pretty excited about it, and that means when we see him in October, it's gonna be real fresh material.
Yeah, I'm liking
So
it.
that could be good,
I'm
could be
excited
bad.
about Kathleen Madigan. So
Really?
Yeah.
That does sound like someone you would like.
I know.
I'm excited. Joe
she
List
likes-
is coming to town and all.
she
There's
likes
some big
Kathy
Joe List
Griffin.
guy, Kathy Griffin. You
Her
know what
stand-up used to be all right, but
Carrot Top with tits.
You know what I don't like anymore? Hey, fuck you out the barbers. All right. Since when is it acceptable? Did I say that right?
Acceptable. See?
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Acceptable.
Since when is it all right to charge $35 for a haircut? All right.
For a man, it's not.
For a man's haircut. Now, both of my guys, I have 2 guys. All right. One in Anderson, I like. One over in Eastgate, I like Dominican fella that does more of a better fade and stuff. I like them both. I don't mind going to either one of them, and I usually go back and forth just for the shits and giggles. You know what I mean?
sometimes you get a real good jarhead look going on, and I think that's probably not the fade guy.
I don't know. Anyways, I like both of their guys, or both of these barbers, but both of them recently went from a $30 haircut, which I already considered expensive, but it was
Very.
like pay the price. You know what I mean? Whatever. I'm okay with 30, but I was maxed out at 30. Like I'm not, and I told myself
Plus
I will
tip.
never spend
Plus
more.
tip, yeah.
Yeah. I'm usually spending $35-$40. I don't tip bad, so that's a lot of fucking money. And I took my kids to both of these guys, so I'm talking if logically I would be, or reality I would be paying $120 a month on haircuts if we got haircuts.
They
once
charge
a
you
month.
that for the kids too?
Kids. Well, Anton's not really a kid anymore.
Well,
He's
no,
officially
I
an
guess
adult,
not.
but he's actually 18. So.
Yeah.
But Kane, it's not much. Well, Kane always wants a style from this one guy, and that's an
Kane's
extra
like
much.
25.
It's like 25, 30, and those went up too. Those all went up $5
What
all
are the
around.
extra services going on here when you have a
Hand
beard?
jobs under the
Obviously, they're
rug.
not going to shave you. Do they do your
No, if you
nose
want the
and your
beard,
ears?
if you want the beard, that
the
was
trim?
$45.
It's not included.
No beard.
Dude.
No, I do my own beard.
No,
I ain't
the
paying
beard's
anybody to do
never
that
included.
shit. No,
Beard's never
I will
included.
never pay someone to do that because that's just
And
way too
then,
much money.
Don't forget about the 10 to $15 if you want shampoo too.
I've never got shampooed ever.
I
There's-
can't
hey,
pay
there's
less
nothing
than
better
like
on the planet.
45.
Getting your hair shampooed
I don't go to girls.
is better than getting your butt eaten.
I don't go to girls. I don't want a dude shampooing my hair.
When they do shampoo, I lay there and I
Do you have a dude shampoo your hair?
No, it's always a woman.
Yeah, you go to women places.
It's a
I like going to
salon.
barbers, like real not women. Either way, too much money. All right,
Way
I
too
understand inflation, but I'm sorry when you're getting $30 a haircut and tip, you're making about $70 an hour. Now I understand you got to pay the rent and do all that shit, but either way, you're coming out at least $50 an hour, right? You would think.
Yeah.
It's not like there's a lot of tools that need to be bought. You buy a razor every couple years or so.
You buy those yourself.
You know what I mean? And you can write all that off in
You're
taxes.
just paying rent on the chair. That's it. On the space.
Or you own the spot, yeah.
Yeah.
And either way, and both my barbers actually own their not own, but they're the ones that rent the spot, and it's only them there. So I get that there's an expense there, but that's a lot of fucking money. So
Yeah,
I went out of my way and I found another one. Right, this is funny. I'm going on vacation next week, so I wanted a haircut this fucking week. I didn't want to have longer hair down in hot ass Alabama.
right.
So I'm like, fuck it. Like, I'm not paying this money. I'm not paying $35 for a haircut. I'll find someone else. I found a guy for $27 over in Eastgate. Seemed legit. Read the reviews. Cool. I'm good with that. Book it. Go up there on Wednesday. Walk in. Sit down. What's up, man? The guy looks at me like I'm fucking retarded. Hey. So, did you need something? Like, yeah, I got a 12:30 appointment. He's like, I don't think so. I'm like, I think. I look at my phone. It's 12:30 on the 27th of July. I'm a fucking idiot. Went 3 weeks before the actual appointment. I was like, no, it doesn't look like I'm a fucking moron.
So you
And
had
I
to
walked
go to
out.
the $30 guy.
Yeah, so then I seen there was one last appointment for my 2 guys. Usually they're booked weeks ahead of time, so it was surprising I even got it. And I went to him. And it'll be the last time. I like the guy. He's a nice guy. but I'm not paying $35
That's too much
for a
money
haircut. You know what I mean?
And you don't even have a lot of hair.
No, it's a half hour. That's what I mean. It's a half hour thing, and honestly, it can be done in less than a half hour, but they do a little extra fluff and tough to try to justify that money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I get it, and they're both really good at their jobs, but I'm not paying $35
Too much
for a
for a
fucking... I
haircut.
barely have
Way
any hair,
too
too.
much for a men's
Oh, yeah, you know
haircut.
what? So, like, no matter what they do, they can't make me look too fucking good. I don't got a good palette to work with.
Yeah.
All right? So they don't...
They
ain't
just
that
make
much.
you look
Like, if
cleaner,
I
yeah.
had, like, a great set of hair, I could see paying that money, because when they're done, these guys are fucking good. Like, I'm jealous sometimes of the previous guy as I'm watching him get finished up. I'm like, God damn, look at that guy's head of hair and that beard. That's a handsome motherfucker. And then the eye pop up and it's like, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what they
What
do.
can you do with this?
Yeah, what can you... I always tell them, like, I want it short, but don't make me look too bald. That's literally my only
And so
direction.
he looks at it and goes, okay, you're done.
Yeah, no, they just trim it up. But either way, you know what I mean? Like, I'm the
Yeah.
easiest guy.
That's way too much.
I sit down. I have barely any expectations. I don't want to go to a female at Great Clips. I don't know why. I just don't
Because you
like
know
it.
what happens when you go to Great
Well,
Clips.
it's just so
I
inconsistent.
go to Great
Fuck
Clips.
up.
I go to Great Clips all the time, or I go to Sport Clips sometimes.
I don't go to either of
No.
those because they're just all too inconsistent for
me
me.
up.
That's the problem. Like,
Yeah,
they're
I
inconsistent.
got
I have
easy
long
hair
hair
that-
that gets cut straight across, and it's fucked up every time.
I can get a
I've paid at
haircut
least
with 100
$45.
people.
Have you ever had good cuts there, though?
No,
Because I've
no.
had good cuts at, like, those kind of places,
I was
but
a
they're just
kid.
like, I'll have one and then two bad ones. And so
This hair-
I like going
this
to the
ain't a
same
bad cut.
person.
I just got it done.
No, yours is fine. So I'm not. I mean,
fine.
you know, like you don't have a fucking great palette to work with either. So I mean, it's.
But I always
no
get
matter
the
what.
same haircut. I'm
Yeah.
never asking for anything.
The
It's in the
number
computer.
4.
You got
Number
to fuck
3.
you.
Yeah, I do. Fuck you, Jason Colliver.
Oh, I thought he was going for me. I got
No.
nervous. My balls.
Jason
quivered.
Colliver, this cocksucker
You
at work.
cunt, and he listens.
And yes, this motherfucker, crazy blue and green hair. Don't get me wrong. I like the guy. He's a friend.
Sounds like it.
I like him a lot. But fuck you. We're in a baseball pool at work. Okay, where your team you get a different team randomly selected, and you have to score 0 runs, 1 runs, all the way to 10, and then the winner gets $600. Happens every couple of weeks, you know. So this time I'm down to 1. I only need 1 run out of my Houston Astros. This fucker's 3 away. He nails 3 in a row, back to back to back, to rob me of my $600. So I'm pissed about it. Fuck you, Jason Colliver.
Fuck you, J-Co.
Fuck soccer.
Yeah, fuck soccer.
He's a big soccer guy.
Yeah, he is a big soccer.
So-
It's a real
Football.
shame. It's a real shame with
Yeah,
that soccer.
he
stuff.
actually thinks soccer's a sport.
Does he call it football?
No, he calls it soccer.
Okay, that would be
But
super
he can
pretentious.
tell you exactly what fucking Francisco what the fuck did at a hat trick last week. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck about San Francisco. What's his nuts?
No,
So,
nobody gives
who-
a fuck.
who
But he'll
gives a
tell you
fuck?
everything. He's
I
got,
know, I don't.
I bet you he's got soccer cards.
You gotta fuck you.
Fuck you, tomato hornworm, fucking with my garden.
Oh, those tomato hornworms.
Those
these times of
tomato
year.
hornworms that get after you, eat holes all up in your shit. I'm trying to do a farm over here. I am Farmer Nikki. It's my farmer
Why
name.
Nikki?
It's my middle name.
Really?
Farmer Heather just doesn't sound good. Farmer
Farmer Whoopie sounds great.
Farmer Whoopie.
Yeah, Farmer Whoopie. Why would you not
I
go with
don't
Whoopie? That's
know.
insulting to me.
I feel like Whoopie doesn't farm.
As the person that gave you that nickname, I'm insulted.
Hey, Whoopi, why don't you look under the table? I'll show you my tomato hornworm.
Ooh.
It's right here by my feet.
I have an issue with his tomato hornworm. I'll tell you right now. His tomato hornworm was supposed to get fucking waxed like
It's not my fault.
a month and a half ago. You can find someone else.
We're
Will you
waxing
do it?
your dick?
I'm
He's
getting. I
waxing
want a
his
whole
butthole.
Brazilian, and the girl that's doing it for me keeps having to put it off.
Go up to there's a retail place.
They
probably
won't do
let you
men.
They
video.
don't take dudes.
They won't do
apparently.
men.
Really?
They
Yeah,
only
too
do
many
women.
creeps come in and get
This
boners
woman
and stuff.
is going to do it for me. She does it for a living
Yeah.
in like a spa, but she also has like a table at her house, and she does it there, and she keeps putting it off. I need a full manzillion
Why?
because I want one.
Okay.
Will you do it?
It's America,
No.
man. You should be
You
able to
won't
get one
do
if
it?
you
I
want
don't
it.
want anything to do with your butthole. That's a hard pass, sir.
Wear
Thank
gloves.
Oh, shit.
you. No, do
I
it
told you.
yourself.
I told
can't
you.
reach down there. I
Yes,
can't
you
see.
can.
I
He can
can't
do
see.
it.
Fuck
He ain't
you.
doing
I
it.
thought he was your friend.
No man's getting near my
I thought
asshole.
you cared.
Not like that. No, I don't.
No man's getting near
You
my
think I give a
asshole.
fuck if it's fucking asshole's
I mean,
hair
you know
on it or
what?
not?
No,
How much
but-
is she going to charge you?
$80 some for the whole thing. It was $54 without the balls and cock. She was just going to do the gooch and the asshole.
Is she going to let you tape it?
She's going to let me tape it, but she says she won't let me tape the actual thing, so we're going to put like a sheet up, and you're just going to tape my face, feeling it.
Huh.
You know? The
Yeah.
reaction. It's
I'm
gonna be
not.
like a reaction
I'm not
video.
coming in that day. There will be no news.
I don't know. I don't think we're gonna do it. The idea was never to do it here.
Oh, I
No,
right on
no.
this
I
table.
don't think that would fly on the Inside Patrol. I don't think.
Yeah, especially if Kane comes out and say the Xbox is broken.
Yeah.
Goods made.
Exactly. And next thing you know, he's watching him getting his fucking asshole bleached or whatever.
Well,
was going
you know,
on.
I've
Next
had
thing you
that
know,
extra service
Jason
added
sneaks
on.
into the
and-
room and Kane's trying to wax himself. Hey, where'd you fucking learn
Have
that?
you ever waxed your nuts before?
I've waxed.
Doesn't it hurt so bad on your taint?
I've waxed my taint and my asshole before. I've had it done,
Yeah.
and yeah, it hurts, but the shit doesn't grow back for like months.
Seems like an awful lot to do.
Well, the worst part about it is I was supposed to do it 3 weeks ago, and I've been letting it grow.
Well, fuck you, you unprofessional esthetician.
That's
who
what
my
I'm
fuck
saying, man.
you is.
I think I could find I might try to find one tonight
all
and
over
put
the
him in
internet.
contact with
all
him.
over the Webbers.
Do that.
Because that'd be even funnier if I'm calling her, hey, my friend wants to get his butthole waxed and he can't find, can we...
And
just
gooch
truly
and
wants
base
this.
of cock.
Yeah, well, manzillion, brozillion, whatever they call those.
Manzillion. Brozillion I don't like.
I don't care what you
Because
like, but other people might know.
Yeah, but brozillion sounds like it's a man doing it.
You're trying to run in the wrong circles at the retail place.
Nah,
You
gays
need
don't
to-
call each other
You gotta
bros.
find out where the gays get it done.
I don't think the gays call each other bros,
I
dude.
think the gays do it to each other.
Hey,
I
do you
think
think
they
it's
have
offensive?
salons.
Do you think it's offensive to say the gays?
I don't know.
How about the blacks?
Definitely.
Why?
I don't know. It feels wrong.
It doesn't feel right. You're right, but I've been saying it more often and often.
Well,
and
yeah, I don't
I'm
think
saying,
you're supposed to say the Jews
And
either.
I was
It's
called
kinda
out by
like
a
that.
black friend last week. They're like, the blacks?
The whites.
And I was like, what would you prefer?
It
You
all
want me to
sounds
say
very bad.
African American? And then they laughed. So yeah, it makes sense to me. The African American community.
To
Fuck
make them a
you.
group,
It's the
I
blacks.
think.
Call
I
me the
don't
whites.
know.
Call me the whites.
You are the whites.
I don't care.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, what's that matter? I'm not saying it in
Until
a mean term.
recently, it was a compliment. I
No,
guess.
it's like
Hey, we're wrapping this up.
yeah, it's like you just
Oh.
can't put fuck in front of it. You can't go fuck the blacks. That's rude. Why would you do that? That's hateful.
It's a lot of
But you
gray
can
area
say
these days.
You know, you can say the blacks love Kanye. No one's wrong.
I don't.
Whatever. Who gives a shit?
You know what you can't say?
What?
You people.
You people.
Yeah, like
You
if
people.
let's say you're talking to a Mexican. You people are so
What people
loud.
is that? Huh?
That's
What people is
that's
that?
exactly
That's
where
when
they
you
go
go
with it.
Mexicans. All right, we got to go. See you.
You kindly fuck off now. Please subscribe and share. Well, you can kindly fuck off now. Subscribe and share. Fuck off. Fuck off.